know a little bit of background and things that I want people to know, things that I want people to check out for themselves. This time I'm gonna go maybe a little bit more in depth. Um, and again, when I say the problem with God, I'm talking about the problem with God in terms of perception from people, obviously. There is no real problem with accepting God as creator, master of your life, master of the universe, unless you have a problem falling in line with his commandments, his word, and everything that is listed in the Bible as it applies to you as a person. That's usually where the problem comes in. Um, you take, for example, right now in America, there are all these weed shops popping up all over the states. You have people being able to buy recreational marijuana, right? Not so long ago, people were getting locked up for using marijuana recreationally. But now you have the government allowing people to open up marijuana shops. It's like, it seems counterintuitive. Obviously, there's a reason for it. One could be, okay, well, they really don't care about the people and they don't care if people get high. And, you know, just let everybody get high, let everybody get dumbed down, and we don't really care. Or the government could be broke, which is likely. They're probably broke and they're seeing, okay, this could be a cash cow. We're going to make some money. They're going to tax the hell out of it, obviously, like everything else. Everything else in this country's commerce. Three, they say marijuana is a gateway drug. Now, is that true? Well, I mean, it could be. How do you think of a gateway? A gateway is something that you go through. So, it's either a gateway drug where it will allow you to possibly go somewhere else up here, or even from within spiritually, or is it and then you're going to move up in the strength of the drug that you take? That may be. The latter is not my experience. I smoked pot for a long time and I never had the inkling to try anything stronger. Like, really and truly speaking, I never had the urge to like, oh, I want to try heroin, I want to try crack, I want to try coke. No, there's lots of different grades of marijuana that you could smoke, and you will be stoned out your mind. So for that, I would have to say, I guess it depends on the person. That's number one. Here we get back to, before I ramble on, we're getting back to the problem with God. Okay, so you're getting high, or maybe you want to get high, and I'll hear people may or may not comment about it and say, oh, what you got against weed. Listen, I used to smoke weed, but from what I'm learning, herbs are not to be smoked, they're to be taken orally, like everything else. You have all these medications that the pharmaceutical companies ply people with. Everything is taken orally, unless you need like a suppository or something. Everything is taken through your mouth. Unless it's for your eyes or your ears or your nose or something like that. Everything else is taken orally. You have to ingest it. So the same thing for an herb. If you're saying that it has medicinal value and all this other stuff, then fine. Then maybe you should take it orally as it is intended, not smoke it. And I'm not bashing anybody for smoking. Like I said, I did my share for years, so I will be the last one to jump down somebody's throat and tell them about smoking, so I'll just leave that there. To the problem of God. The problem of God is that when you're doing these things, when you're getting high, if marijuana is your choice of drug, when you're getting drunk, when you're getting stoned, you're getting smacked, nobody's thinking about God at these times. I mean, yeah, there are occasions when I got high that we spoke about spiritual God and about top. Sometimes it makes you feel or think aloof when you're high, but that's a conversation you're really doing that will gratify the Most High. And getting high is nothing that you will do. And then here comes the other problems. You get high, now you get hungry. Are you gonna get in your car and drive while you're stoned to the grocery store? Are you? I don't think you should. Okay. Are you getting high? Are you gonna go to work high and probably make a mistake at work because you're high? There are people that have self-control issues. There are people that have self-control issues with food. You know, it's the same thing with drugs. It's even worse. I mean, food, yeah, is bad for your health, and you'll be obese, you'll be overweight, and all these things. But with drugs, it's like you're putting yourself and others in immediate danger. And like I said, I know people may make comments, although my channel is not that well known. But if you see it, just know that I'm not picking on anybody specifically for smoking or drinking or whatever you do. Everybody has vices, nobody's perfect, and that's understood. But these things, all they do is just please your body. That's all it's doing. You want to get high because maybe it helps you run away from your problems. Maybe you can get high and forget, all the things that you have not accomplished, the things that you have not done, things that you want to do when you feel overwhelmed. And that's where God comes in. You have to understand that you as a person, your physical has limitations. A person can only jump so high. A person fall from so high without getting hurt or fall down a flight of stairs. You can only run so fast. But your spirit, it has no limitations. And that's where the relationship with the Most High comes in. Pardon me while I take a drink. My throat is a bit dry. Okay, it's almost 9 o'clock at night, but as I said, we all have our habits, and I've been drinking coffee for years. So let's just leave that at that. But yeah, your body has limitations. And as I said in my last video, the spirit, if you've seen things, if you've experienced things, then at a stoplight, waiting for the light to change. I'm on an off ramp in the Bronx, waiting for the light to change, and just, patiently waiting. There's one car ahead of me, and on the radio, I wasn't playing anything specific. It's like it sounds like a car ahead of me, and I'm heading for this large concrete median. Got hit with so much force. Mind you, when I got hit, my head is staring, the side panel. I'm like all discombobulated inside the car. Pull to the side. I'm like woozy. I'm trying to get out. Doors jammed. Passerby walks up, pries the door open for me. I'm like laying on the side of the car, just like, leaning on it, trying to call 911. I'm messed up. Make a long story short, 18 months later, I'm finally able to go back to work. 18 months from minding my business at a red light, sitting in my car by myself. I'm not high, I'm not drunk, I'm not stoned, I'm not doing anything but heading home. Somebody comes from the back, smacks my vehicle. I go to the hospital, of course. I have falls in like 18 months, back spasms. Like when it gets cold, it gets worse. I went through all of that, and it was really hard. The one thing that happened during that time, though, son, who's now 10, I was having issues with him at school. You know, he was getting bullied. Kids was, picking on him. He was focusing. He didn't want to go to school. During that 18 months, I was able to stay home. Excuse me. I bought phonics, and I was able to stay at home and you know be that foundation that he needed. Now he's doing excellent in school. During that time, I was able to teach him to read, teach him some self-defense, of course, um, for himself. But that whole entire time that he was going through it prior to the accident, I was just basically paying lip sucks. I was able to do all these things with him because I had the time to do it. And that's one of the most important things that you have that you cannot replace. And the effort into. And if you put the time and the effort into it, that car accident, you know how many times I've been through ups and downs. Yes, that's not, obviously, that's not all I say, but I pray about it. You know, there's always a brighter day coming afterwards. And just say this, a lot of people think that, um, you have the power, create. Ah, there we are. Very good. You have to act on them, and with this dude that runs a bodega close by, how they treat each. It's like I'll go in with like three of them, right? And they'll, these women are sleeping around. So it's like they're saying, no, there's no order. The woman can, you know, lead or she can do what she wants. And the man, he has to abide by these things. And if she wants to go out and party on the weekend, then that's fine. Or if the guy is with your friend, you have soda, you have water. You don't have to follow after anybody else. It took me a while, you know, to stop adequately how to deal with these social pressures. Now it's everybody wants um, the newest phone. You know, it has that imagery to me. This is what I did. The red inside, I did the back all white. You can see how crisp the color is and everything. And of course the bottom, you can tell red, gray, white, just like they would be. Okay, and I had these Nike tabs. I cut them and just put the Nike top. So I did these myself. and use it for what really matters. You know, invest it in yourself. Or if you do something like this, you could actually put this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have talents that they have not yet even explored by hand. These are not spray painted. These are not airbrushed. This is by hand. Um, the paint and brush, strictly, no spray painting, no airbrush. That's why the color looks so thick and rich. You might have and maybe a little hockey, although hockey's Canadian, so. But I think one of the most important things that you could do with your time is apart from trying to find out what your gifts are, what you're good at, is do a little research. Research your background, research who you are, research where you came from. And don't just do that, surface research that just you get expect of that. But I find that the deep, the more you find out things that you had no idea. Like everybody in America or the West, the narrative is blacks here were all all descendants of slavery. Really, that's just a bunch of focus. Because you have to understand that there is no real history or culture being given over to blacks. So you came here with so-called blacks. When I say black, so-called. That's the moniker that's used, but you don't have to accept it. When people, refer to you as that, you say, no, of course that. You can keep that. If you want to use it, that's fine, but me personally, I say, hell. If all the people are so-called of Hamlet are called 10, then how do you have white people playing those roles? That makes no sense. But the thing is, that is what they are enamored of. That's why you have, the things that you have on the currency that we use, images that on whatever order that you're